One of the countries that uses ATACMS missiles is South Korea. The US has sold a large number of ATACMS missiles to this country. According to Jane's Missiles and Rockets, this specific contract involved Lockheed Martin providing 110 ATACMS missiles to South Korea. Now the Russian side claims that the ATACMS missiles sold to South Korea are being used by the Ukrainian army. Russia says that it has been hit by ATACMS missiles originally sold to South Korea, marking another escalation in the conflict. In this regard, images of missile remnants that Russia claims to have hit in Taganrog, Bryansk, and Kursk have been released. According to Russian media, for those tracing the origins of these weapons, here's what we know: DAAH-01-98C-0093 is a verifiable U.S. contract number. This development raises serious questions about how these missiles ended up in the possession of Ukraine. In light of the recent Bilateral Security Agreement between Russia and North Korea, this could have serious ramifications if South Korea is deemed to be a co-belligerent alongside NATO and other Western-aligned countries in their operations against the Russian Federation. Recall, ATACMS or Army Tactical Missile System is a guided ballistic missile class, surface-to-surface, with a maximum range of 300 kilometers with a high explosive fragmentation or cluster warhead. Missiles are launched from tracked installations of multiple launch rocket systems of the MLRS family, M270, M270A1, M270A2, as well as a lighter and more mobile wheeled M142 HIMARS. At the same time, 2 missiles can be launched from the M270 installation, and 1 from the M142 HIMARS. Developed in the late 1980s by the American corporation Lockheed Martin for the U.S. ground forces. Depending on the warhead, range and weight, they are indexed MGM 140/164/168. ATACMS missiles of various modifications are in service with the U.S. Army, as well as Bahrain, Greece, Qatar, Romania, Poland, Turkey, South Korea, Taiwan, the UAE, and have been supplied to Ukraine since 2023. The cost of each missile is estimated at about $1.5 million. Footage has been released, showing destroyed armored fighting vehicles belonging to the Russian army in Russia's border Kursk region. As can be seen from the footage taken from the drone, the military equipment that was destroyed by Ukrainian army with the use of various weapons has spread over a wide area. Among the destroyed military equipment are 30 armored personnel carriers and infantry fighting vehicles, 2 tanks, 28 wheeled vehicles and 2 special vehicles, which were destroyed by the 36th Marine Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in recent days. It should be noted that Russia has intensified its attacks on Ukrainian army positions with the involvement of North Korean soldiers in Kursk region. Along the advancing North Korean infantrymen, armored combat vehicles that accompany them are also destroyed as a result of the artillery and drone strikes of the Ukrainian army. Around 100 injured North Korean soldiers have been hospitalized in Kursk following hostilities in the past few days. A citizen of Uzbekistan was charged and detained by a Russian court with killing a senior Russian general and his assistant following a bombing with an electric scooter, which was later claimed by Ukraine's security services, Russian state news agency TASS said Thursday. The agency said Akhmadzhan Kurbanov was ordered detained until February 17 following a bombing that killed Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, the chief of Russia's radiation, biological and chemical protection forces. He was also charged with illegally manufacturing explosives. Kirillov was killed Tuesday as he left his southeastern Moscow apartment by a bomb hidden on an electric scooter outside his building, a day after Ukraine's security service leveled criminal charges against him. His assistant, Ilya Polikarpov, also was killed. Kurbanov, previously referred to by news agencies as Akhmad Kurbanov, was detained by Russian security services Wednesday. Shortly after he was detained, Russia's Federal Security Service, or FSB, which did not identify him, said he was born in 1995 and was recruited by Ukraine's security service. The Associated Press could not confirm the conditions under which the suspect spoke to the FSB. He said he had been promised $100,000 and resettlement in a European Union country in exchange for killing Kirillov, according to the FSB. The agency said that acting on instructions from Ukraine, the suspect picked up a homemade bomb in Moscow, placed it on an e-scooter and parked it at the entrance to Kirillov's apartment building. He rented a car to monitor the location and set up a camera that live-streamed the scene to his handlers in the Ukrainian city of Dnipro, the FSB said, detonating the bomb when Kirillov left the building. Kirillov, 54, was the head of Russia's radiation, biological and chemical protection forces.